Hi guys, we're gearing up to start Mission 3 lessons 8 through 12. And in these missions, you're going to learn how to add and subtract fractions and mix numbers with unlike denominators. We're also going to apply those skills to real word contexts. There's one new vocabulary word for this set of lessons, and that word is simplify. And what it means to simplify is to write a fraction or expression in its simplest form. For example, if you had a fraction like 3/6, its simplest form would be 1/2 because we can't simplify a 1 anymore. Doesn't mean that you'll always have 1 as your numerator, but it's to find the smallest version of that fraction. All right, so here's a problem. 3 and 3/5 minus 2 and 1/2. We are going to subtract. We can see that we have unlike denominators. 5 and 2 are not the same. So we need to get them on the same page. I like to go to my biggest number, and then I kind of think of a skip count by that number. So the first number would be 5. Well, nothing by 2 will give me, times 2 will give me 5. So the next number in that skip count is 10. So then I go back to this 2 and I say something times 2, 10. So yes, something times 2 is 10. So I'm going to turn this 5 into a 10. This 2 is going to become a 10. So I have to think about, what did I do to 5 to get 10? Well, I multiplied it by 2. So whatever I do to the bottom number, the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. So if I multiplied 5 times 2, I have to multiply 3 times 2, which gives me 6 as my new numerator. My whole number will stay the same. So then I come over to my 2 and I say the same thing. What times 2 will give me 10? Well, that's 5. So I have to multiply by 5 for my numerator. And 1 times 5 is 5. And that whole number 2 stays the same. Now I can subtract. I'm going to subtract my whole numbers first. 3 minus 2 is 1. My denominator is going to stay the same. 6 minus 5 is also 1. So my difference is 1 and 1/10. For addition, I would do exactly the same steps, but in the end, I would just add the two numbers instead of subtracting. I still have to find that common denominator. So now let's discuss what you can do outside of your regular lessons to practice some of these skills. You can play write the whole number or mixed number game, dice game with your children. So you can use number cubes for this, or you can even use number cards. And you're either going to roll or pick a card, and your child or your parent is going to do the same thing. You're both going to arrange the number as a fraction using the larger number as your denominator, as your numerator, and your smaller number as your denominator. Then you're going to write that fraction and then say, write the mixed number and then simplify. So let's say I rolled an 8 and my partner rolled a 6, 8/6. I'm going to write the mixed number. There's one group of 6 in 8 with 2 left over. So there is my mixed number. And then I can still simplify this even further because I know that 2 can go into both of these numbers. And 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 2 divided by 6 is 3. So all of these numbers are equivalent. If you're looking for some extra practice and don't know where to go for problems, get out those cards and flip them. Flip 2 cards, arrange them as a fraction. This time we're going to do the smaller number as the numerator, the larger number as the denominator. Do that twice. And then write it as an addition or a subtraction sentence and then solve it. Easy way to get extra problems to do at home.